Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Outside Media coming at you with another video. You know what time it is. Time to bring on that boxing. Guys, Devin Haney put on a tremendous performance against George Kambosos. You know, there are people saying he's a hugger, he's a track star, he loves to run, all that crazy stuff, but you know, you gotta give props when they're due, you know, give respect when it's due, and Devin Haney's just too good for a guy like George Kambosos. Respect to George, it was a great effort. He went there for war, and you know he got cut up. So did Devin Haney, but George Kambosos definitely got the worst of it, of the beating, and you know took majority of the beating. But you know he's still an entertaining fighter, much respected. He beat Teofimo Lopez, the guy who beat Vasily Lomachenko. So there's still credit in that. You know he was undisputed technically at one point, but you fight a guy like Devin Haney, and it can all change so quick. So let's get into a potential matchup between Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney. It seems like there are very few guys, you know, where you can kind of look to them and say maybe he could give Devin Haney some problems. You could also throw a Gervonta Davis in there. You could definitely throw a Shakur Stevenson in there, and you could maybe throw a Ryan Garcia. You know, a few handful of guys that can technically, you know, put on a good show and maybe get, you know, Devin Haney and hand him his first loss. It's not an easy thing to do. Devin's very, you know, sharp. He looked very sharp against George Kambosos. You know, I think the main issue would be the power. You know, it doesn't seem like he has the ability to stop someone. You know, I thought that he would be able to stop George in the second bout, mainly because George, you know, he was a lot less responsible. He kept switching southpaw and then getting nailed with right hands. You know, it was just too close in range for Devin Haney, a guy who's so accurate with his punches, to miss. You know, I think Lomachenko, because his feet are so good and his angles are, you know, much better than anyone in the lightweight division right now, I think that could definitely give Devin Haney some problems. It's just an issue of, you know, being able to land on Devin Haney. At least in a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, you know, he counters well. The placement of his shots are, you know, superior to other guys in the lightweight division. I think that, you know, Lomachenko would beat a George Kambosos easily, outbox him and, you know, potentially stop him. I think that Vasily Lomachenko, you know, in terms of his power, we saw it against Nakatani, we saw it against Teofimo Lopez, even though he did lose that fight to Teofimo. In the later rounds, it just seemed like he did so much damage in a short amount of time where he's just scary, you know, and I don't blame Teofimo for never taking that rematch because frankly, there's a good chance that he could lose that rematch. There's a lot of risk in that rematch, and you know, he had the argument that maybe Vasily Lomachenko wouldn't give it to him if he had won. So there's that argument. But in terms of, you know, going back to Vasily Lomachenko and Devin Haney, I think that's a good fight. You know, Devin's obviously the taller guy. He's probably the longer guy, but Vasily Lomachenko has that experience. But Devin's also fought, you know, guys like George Kambosos, so it's hard. You know, you had the Linares fight where Devin Haney was wobbled. We've never seen him like that. We've never seen him hit the canvas, but we have seen him hurt. So if Vasily Lomachenko can land something crazy, you know, his combinations, I think that if he lands on Devin, it could be an issue for Devin. He could definitely give Devin some problems. But on the other hand, excuse me, I think that Devin Haney, because he's so hard to hit and because he counters so well, if he's sharp and he's only getting better, his physique, he's definitely the stronger, physically stronger. I'm not talking about, you know, punches, but physically stronger. You know, if he uses that to his advantage, pushes Vasily Lomachenko around, you know, obviously he doesn't engage very much, but at the same time, if he can impose his will on a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, which isn't easy to do to begin with, but if someone were to do it, it would definitely be a guy like Devin Haney, because he's just so talented. His instincts in there are so fluid, and you know, his motion. You know, he's a smooth fighter. He stays sharp. He makes the weight easily. So we'll see what happens. That's a close fight, man. But I think that Devin Haney edges it out. But I think Vasily Lomachenko probably gives him one of the most competitive fights he's ever been in, or is going to be in, period. But let me know who you think wins that fight, Vasily Lomachenko or Devin Haney, and in what fashion. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching, guys. Well, that's going to do it for another Fight Media video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for the constant support. Salute to you always.